Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and watch some replays again. I have wanted to do some live games so you guys can see my thought process in real time. But unfortunately, when I did try and do it for these games, my mic wasn't working. So I had to scratch the idea. But nonetheless, we're still going to see some high quality replays. Spoiler alert, I'm still misplaying. I haven't mastered the deck yet. I'm still trying to learn through the actual process of playing games and not just trying to lab it out on my own. I think there's a lot of benefit labbing it out on your own, but I really wanted to take this journey with this deck of learning it on the fly and seeing what plays I want to make and reviewing my replays so that I can see, oh, this is the best course of action in these scenarios. And I think that it's not only going to benefit me, but it's going to benefit you guys because you're going to see how to play against the deck. Or if some of you want to pick up the deck, then you're going to kind of see like, oh, that's some of the ways that Oscar was learning or some of the mistakes that he did. I'm not going to make those mistakes. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the first replay. I like this replay. I'm going to show some games where I'm going second as well, right? I'm going to show these 3 games. 2 of them I'm going second. Let's go ahead and look at this first one. My opponent is quite good. I think he makes a lot of correct plays with the hand that he was dealt. Unfortunately, I believe I did make a slight misplay that if my opponent's hand was just a little bit better, I could have lost this game, right? So this is the great play, set one pass. Awesome. I go search with my only starter against Ash Blossom, and now we're playing Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. So this is one of the things I wanted to bring up, that he's playing Radiant Typhoon, right? And my quick plays actually turn his deck on, which is very interesting, right? Because KTS is a pivotal part about this deck. It is one of your best cards, one of your best starters. It's a great way to play around Duel. And you're going to notice that if Radiant Typhoon for some odd reason gets really popular, then you're going to have to be mindful of when you activate this, they're going to start getting a bunch of effects, right? I get lucky. He only has this right now. So we're just going to keep going here. Sets another one pass, bro. Heck, bro. And I go overtake, and guess what happens? It's going to be the same thing. I just pass again. Now, something that I did want you guys to see here would here I do set the ogre. I could have actually set this one the previous turn and potentially start playing this turn with Trackmaker, right? So that was an option, but I wanted to keep as many tuners in my hand as possible. So I decided to go through just leaving the ogre in my hand the previous turn, and now that I have 2, I'll just set the other one. So he goes Varun, I Veiler it, and this is where I'm like, oh man, I might lose this game because dude, I should have Ash Blossom because I know Radiant Typhoon plays this stupid card, and you're gonna see it. Sheena. No one plays around this card, man. Or maybe it's me, bro. Maybe there's just a huge diff between me and everyone else that has played against Radiant Typhoon. Maybe I don't face it enough. But I Veiler this guy, and he goes Sheena, and I lose a card. He gains some value. And I'm just so annoyed, man. I'm so annoyed. I should have just Ash Blossomed it. So I lose my tuner as well. And now he has MST in rotation. And he does have these 2 in there. He goes here. The reason why I don't bell this is because he's going to get this guy back anyways. And I wanted to stop him. But he does go chain MST. I knew he had the MST in his hand. So regardless, he was chain blocking this no matter what. I guess in hindsight, I could have stopped this from coming out, but I don't really think this is threatening anything, right? Because there's no Radiant Typhoon quick play spell, and his MST's not going to get reset, right? So what's the danger here? Why am I ghost spelling that? All right, he gets 2 bodies. It doesn't really do anything for me because he goes here, and I ash it out. And so now he's lost the other one, and I keep my bell for my own turn, right? We go here. I finally draw playable. And this is okay. Now here I go for mix, not Rico. The reason why I don't go for Rico is because I know for a fact these guys do not play Imperm. But what do they play? Fallen of the Virtuous is not in Master Duel. They got Droplet. I know this has to be a Droplet, bro. There's no other thing. It has to be Droplet. One of these 2 is Droplet. And what happens? He goes here, I bell it, and then he has Droplet. Now, the reason why I want this, I don't mind this getting dropleted, is because I still have my Ghost Ogre, right? And it goes back to my thinking process from the previous turns that I'm like, I need as many tuners as in my hand because my hand sucks. And if I could potentially get to a 5, then I'm in the game. And so I'm able to do that. I get mix, go to remix, and then I get some plays here. He draws a card. I don't really care. Make the remix, pop this one, attack over, boom. Now, the only thing that I felt like maybe my opponent was, I don't understand maybe why one of these was not summoned, right? If he goes droplet, he could have chained this one to summon back, right? Am I crazy for that or no? I don't know. You guys tell me. But we'll see. I go here. I add Ash. And I think this was really cool with Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre can be sent on the field. So basically my remix, I can get a pop for anything, right? So I get 2 interruptions, but he goes Wind Charmer. He beats over, so I'm guaranteed another turn again. This doesn't do anything. He makes SP. I'm okay with that because I have a tuner in hand. So if I draw anything good, then I'm playing around this SP. And I draw Rico, so I'm good. The only thing I feel like is where my misplay was, is if I go remix, don't revive the Ghost Ogre, but do revive the mix and then mix search, then I am guaranteed to get to this position, right? And then he wouldn't have had a wind in my graveyard. So I think maybe that could have been a better play, but I chose to get the extra disruption for a Ghost Ogre. I don't know if that was ideal or not. You guys tell me, would that have been worth it? Or am I correct here? Who knows? So I get my rotary, and then this is just wraps, bro. What's he gonna do, right? I got to my 4, I got my rotary, I shuffle back the vroom, or whatever it's called. JJ, add the Q, normal the Q, mix, search the rotary back to get some follow-up here, stack his deck, and then I'm good. He has called by the grave. It's over, bro. The game's over. So I thought that was a pretty good game, right? I genuinely thought that was a really good game. I'm going second here. And this one is actually not that bad. I don't really think this is a bad game. Maybe not the worst to see, because you're going to see a lot of ban cards in here. He goes IMU, you thank God. For my hand, that plays so hard into the only hand trap I have. So I just draw him immediately. And it's pretty cool, because he still makes a pretty decent board under draw. He draws his extenders, makes blast mates. There's the first ban card right there. Second ban card. Jeez, man. Malice's toolbox, just after seeing this game, I'm so happy we got the bans in the TCG for Malice, because this would have been just ridiculous, bro. They could just play through everything. So I'm dealing with a negate, some possible Malice traps, and then, I don't know, whatever, just generic staples, right? Maybe an impulse or whatnot. So I go with overtake, and then here, right, with overtake, I'm hoping he negates this. So then my other cards can go through. Now here, it's an imperm. Like I said, generic traps. It's not that bad. Make the mix. Get the remix. Mix pop. Q. Stack the deck. Give him the Ash Blossom. Attack over. Attack for 3k. He goes here. I'm definitely happy with this, because I immediately in draw phase just pop it. I don't know. I never know what this is. Pop. Boom. Stack the deck again. Give him 2 Ash Blossoms now. And then he scoops. I just win the game there. Okay, and then this is gonna be the third game. I do go first, but I think this is just a really good game. I believe this is the mirror match. I don't think that this game is the best in optimal gameplay from either side, but it's a good game to analyze and to learn from. And that's what I mean from all of these replays, that it's not the sense that I'm playing perfectly or my opponents are playing perfectly. I think what I mean by high quality games is that you're learning so much. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, knowledge is so crucial. And then this is where one of my mistakes was, right? And this is what I'm talking about with the knowledge and learning. Here, he makes the RS on my turn, right, with clip. And he negated my Rico. And I think that is what I want to ask you. Did I misplay by summoning a Loudness War? And what would have been the second option, or maybe potentially the best option, is instead of summoning the Rico, I summon Mix. Now I have Q and Mix. Mix is getting negated. I'm not trying to say, oh, he's not going to negate Mix with Rico, right? If he makes him Rico, then that means potentially he's trying to mess up my levels, and then my hands are probably to make... He's trying to mess up my levels, or his hand is kind of weak, and he's banking that Rico, that RS is enough. So he does win in this little war because I make Loudness War, right? And instead, I could have had a remix on his turn. Maybe that was the better one, or maybe Loudness War is the best option. I don't know. You guys think 2 cards in hand for me? What would have been the best one? Right? Because I could have added Mix. I could have added a Ghost Ogre and have a Mix on board again instead of Remix. And here now I only have, with Loudness War, I only have a Spell Pop and a Q Pop. So let's see. He goes Rotary. Make Track Maker. Look at my hand. And I do win just off of this. Right? Because he makes the Shackle Dragon. And then he bounces it back. So, I don't know. Did I force him into that situation? Or was my opponent just bad? I think that's something that we need to start considering when you review your own gameplay. Hey, did my opponent play well? Or did he play bad and that's why my own play seemed good? Right? I don't know. I'm not sure yet because I'm not well versed in the mirror match yet. But these are definitely some questions that are going to guide us in this next format. And something that I have been noticing, I don't know, again, maybe if it's my opponent's being bad, but look what happens next, bro. I normal summon Bell. Boom, Typhon again, bro. No, dude, no one's playing around this card. And now, we're in these little stalemates, bro. Typhon beatdown. So, go Rico, he ogres. I'm cool with that. That's fine. And then I know he has Hualos in hand because I stacked his deck the other time, if I recall correctly, because I had banished the Herald. So I know he doesn't have a tuner. Boom, summon. He Fuwas me. I ash it. I'm thinking it's the only fool. He Fuwas again. Doesn't matter. I'm in the game. Now I have 2 interruptions to his 1 card, bro. The game's done. And what does he draw? He draws a cube. Negate. And he beats over. Don't really matter. I still have my Typhon bounce. And it's just over, bro. It's just over, dude. It's just over. Boom. So that game was pretty cool, man. I really enjoyed this game. Again, like, I feel like I would love for you guys to tell me, am I messing up? Was that the right course of action under RS? And then for you guys, maybe now you are starting to notice, hey, Typhon is putting a lot of value for Oscar. That's 2 games that he's done. And people usually think that Typhon is a white flag. So that's going to be it for all of the replays. And then I don't think I've actually shown the deck list that I've been running. So let's just go ahead and quickly, so this is my deck list, right? I am trying Super Poly. You guys seen it a few times. This could be cut in the deck, right? And other than Max C, this is pretty much like a TCG deck, right? What I was thinking that could happen is you can take those out and you have these, right? Now you have these. Or you can leave those in, cut these, and then put those. Oh, no, sorry. And then put... No, you would still up these. I'm tweaking. You could keep those and just cut the drills instead. Now you have max consistency. Or you could keep it in the other way as well, where you can keep drills, take these, or vice versa. Take out the drills, keep the Super Poly, and then you have these for more consistency. But I just haven't, I don't know. I think I need to play some more games for this card to come up, right? But you guys did see in some of my games, I did brick, right? And in a lot of those hands, I did have a droll. So that could be it. That could be something that I consider. And I think only with time, I'm going to find out if that's what I want to do. But, alright. I think that's going to be the end for this video. I hope that you guys learned as much as I'm learning from this deck. I'm having a ton of fun recording these videos for my friends in my Discord channel. In the various Discord channels that I'm in. And also, it's just kind of cool making the video. So, alright. That's it for today.